YouTube. I've got the old Ranger here today. It's a PJ Ranger, 2008 model. It was an old pig, but I'm just trying to tidy it up a little bit so it's a bit more respectable to work out of. So headlight rejuvenation today. We'll get that sorted out and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, the old ute. The headlights are pretty tarnished. Actually looks pretty good on camera considering. Anyway, but that's what we started with. Here I've just sanded this back with 800. It's really just knocked the yellow out of it. This side was a bit yellower. So I'll rub this one back, 800 wet. And so 400, 800 is fine. These aren't too bad, it's just yellowed, so I'm only going to hit it with 800. 800's as fine as you want to go when you're clearing, because otherwise it won't adhere to the headlight properly. There we go. So this bumper's getting replaced, and as to the grille, it's all smashed and hammered. I was going to repair it, but that's quite out of shape. So trying to get this back into the right shape and actually clip into the sides here is just not going to happen. So new bumper's on its way. But yeah, so I haven't bothered masking up any of that stuff. Headlights are sanded back, blown down, making sure that there's no water or other contaminants on them. And at this point, we're going to mix up some paint. We're using a 2K automotive clear, and then once that's done, we'll prep sole. We'll prep wash the headlights. It's a wax and grease remover. Any contaminants where I've been rubbing over it and so on and so forth like that. The skin's got oils in it and so on and so forth. So you want to get rid of all that off the painted surface. We're not in a booth, we're outside. We're not going for a show car finish or anything. It's going to make these headlights look significantly better. But you know, we want to make sure that we don't have fish eyes, silicon repels, so on and so forth. So we'll get it all clean and get back to it. So this is the 2K we're using, colour mix. It's fairly cheap. I've had this for years and I pretty much only use it for headlights because it is super cheap. I don't want them delaminating on paint surfaces, so on and so forth. So it's a 2-to-1 mix. The hardener dried out a little while ago, so we've got Schubert's fast hardener, multi-solid fast hardener. So we'll get this mixed up. We've got our mixing cup here. So we'll go to, that's 7 to 1 to 1, go to 2 to 1. And then when you're putting the paint in, you've got your first point. So we've got one, so it's 1 part paint, and then here's 1 part hardener. So two parts paint, so level 1. So on the mixing cup you've got this marker here, so 1 meets 1. Okay, so 1 here is 2 parts of clear, 1 here is 1 part of hardener, so it's a 2-to-1 mix. And then you can go to 1 part here, which is your thinners or reducer. I don't use reducer in clear coat. So we're going to mix up 2 parts, so 2 parts of clear to the 2, so 2 parts clear, 1 part hardener, and that's it. So, and that's plenty to do for headlights. Okay, got a new gun. This is a $90 gun, so pretty cheap. You can get them cheaper, like you can get $20 guns. I've used them. They're not the worst thing in the world. This one here came with a regulator, which is good, so I've set that to 25 psi. Give them a clear coating with no reducer. It's a 1.3mm fluid tip. I find 1.3s, 1.4s flow out the clear a bit better. So I have not used this at all. I've adapted my pot system to the top, but we'll get it set up and lay these out, and you can see just what a $90 gun's going to do. Okay, coat one, so we'll dust it on. You don't want to be too heavy with it, but you want it to cover. Okay, we've given it a few minutes to flash off. You can tell it's ready to go by touching the side here. So it's actually a little bit wet there, but up here's like tape. It's very sticky, so we might just give that a little bit more time. So when you're laying the paint on, you want to have about 70 to 80% overlap with your fan as you build up, and you should be pretty good with not having runs, but it does happen. It's a bit hard to see with clear sometimes, especially when you're painting clear surfaces. So especially if you haven't done it before, expect that you could get some runs in it, but it's not the end of the world. It's going to look heaps better regardless. That's all done there now. Looking pretty good. It's good shiny paint. It looks like a brand new car again. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that quick video of this dodgy old Ranger. Yeah, it doesn't take much effort to get it looking pretty good and obviously a lot better. So give it a go. You can buy pressure packs of 2K. So it's pretty inexpensive to get it done and get it done right.